Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Michael Shear, your second favorite Turo host. I'm on my way to pick up my 17 cars. Just kidding. Actually on my way to professional development as a teacher. So if everybody's wondering, hey, what does this dude do? I'm a teacher and a Turo host. There's been a lot that's going on recently that I've really been focusing on. And it's between getting really good with networking and then also being very intentional of who I have mentoring me. And I think these are the two most important things that we can actually get to as entrepreneurs, is being developed in the correct way. I posted a short earlier talking about my pastor had essentially giving the craziest sermon that I needed for this entire year, and it being about getting in front of people or being led by those that are actually doing something good. So let's kind of talk about that. As of recently, I got into a group, a mastermind with RC Simon. He's a Turo host out in Las Vegas. I'm sure his mastermind's still going. He's still adding some people. Maybe link down below. Who knows? Maybe sponsored. Maybe, who knows? We'll see what happens there. And he's a guy who's been doing Turo, has a 20 car plus fleet, runs a marketing business, runs a funnels business. This is a guy who has a lot of wisdom. And not only that, he speaks on kingdom business, entrepreneurship in general, how to invest well, what it looks like to be on social media well. And I think that is, for me, is the essential need as I am trying to progress, get out of the 9-to-5, and really work on my own brand, work on YouTube, work on my investing portfolio, continuing to do the flips, continue to work through Turo, looking at getting partnerships with Turo. These are the things that I am personally working on this year. Is to create a larger community. Me out here trying to teach those that are just starting with Turo. I just know that anything that has to do with how-to videos on YouTube actually do really incredibly well, and I believe that's where I am incredibly good at this moment. This is my season for helping those that are trying to get into the entrepreneurship game, whether that be through credit, whether that be through Turo or house flipping or real estate investing. That is a space that I am just a step past. I forgot what book it was that I read before, that the best people to learn from is somebody that's just one step ahead of you, because they still feel the pain. They still understand the situations that you are going through, the failures that you might go through, the successes that you will go through. Amen. But making sure that you have good mentors around you, and this doesn't have to be just one mentor. Don't get it twisted that you just have to have one person. You're definitely gonna have multiple people. Reading lots of books this year as well. Man, there's just a lot of growth that can happen. And I think a lot of people are just incredibly lazy. They'll talk a lot. A lot of people do a lot of talk. Oh, I want to get into Turo, Michael. I get a lot of DMs and, hey, how do I start? And it's so funny, like how easy it is to tell the difference between somebody that's really trying to do it compared to somebody that more or less just wants to learn something new. You know, like, there's definitely a difference between action takers and those that are more or less trying to fill you out. And I have always personally been the guy, like, if I'm going to get into something, I'm going to dive into it at 1,000 miles per hour. You can ask my wife. She is proud of me and absolutely hates this at sometimes. But man, whenever I get involved in something, my whole entire heart, my whole entire focus is on that thing. And being incredibly focused on working on that one thing. This comes from my background as an athlete, growing up with pretty much nothing. I didn't have a horrible life growing up. My grandmother provided for me, but at the same time, I didn't have all the other, I wasn't worried about the light bill going off. I wasn't worried about not eating. I had a couple different things here and there, but at the same time, we were incredibly poor. I mean, this lady's working 2 minimum wage jobs just to be able to help me as a young boy grow. And it took me until I was roughly probably 22 to really get a grasp on life, how to make money, how to really fend for myself, have my own car, get my own apartment, really out here learning. The problem is, that's the prime. That's like the prime of your life is your 20s. And if you're not incredibly intentionally focused on something, some skill, and making a whole lot of money at that exact time, because that's the time you can put a whole lot of hours in. Like, you don't got no kids, you don't have nobody to worry about, there's no responsibilities outside of yourself. And I think a lot of people waste that, especially either they're using a little bit of their skill, but they're going off and blowing it on the club. I did it. No shame in saying that what I went through. But if anybody has listened to this, you're 20 through 28, man, what a time to quit doing that. This is the moment, especially if you don't got no kids yet. Amazing, man. Some of these people out here having kids, 17, 18, 19, nothing wrong with that per se. If you're ready to go and you got a family that can support such a thing. But man, if you don't have those responsibilities, the amount of wealth that you can generate and create, the growth that you can do. I mean, think of the time that you can spend outside of just work. Think of the time that you can go out and network, meet new people. You can't do that when we gotta work a 9 to 5. You got a wife at home waiting on you. You got 2 kids. One's going to basketball practice. One's over here at swimming lessons. They got to go to this club and that club. The time that you have is not available. So I want to stress using time as if it is money. Like, you only have a very limited amount of it. And when you have a lot of it, you need to be using it. As an entrepreneurs, as investors, the first thing you learn about money is that it needs to be incredibly fluid. It cannot be sitting still. And so as a young 20-year-old male, you got to be out there. You cannot be sitting still in your 20s. And so, although I didn't really expect this to be a conversation about 20-year-olds, but here we are. Well, let's get back to ways. Most important thing for this year, I believe, is networking, getting around a group of people that are doing the same exact thing, growing, iron sharpens iron, developing as a person, developing as, or not even not as, developing healthy, like having healthy relationships, have a healthy body, get in the gym, work out. If you don't like doing that, maybe go run, maybe get into a CrossFit team, something that has a lot of people out there motivated and ready to do the exact same thing. So if it is Turo, if you're getting into real estate, you need to get around people that are doing the same thing, get you motivated, learn new skills, how to use your craft. Maybe you just find a partner that, boom, you immediately, instead of having to work through it all, you find somebody that's kind of has the other side of what you need, and that you immediately get into this game. Maybe networking this year for somebody is going to be completely life-changing. Maybe you get to quit your job and do what you love to do. Maybe you found a passion by this one person completely changing your life. Could you imagine if you found 2 or 3 of those people? So I want to just reiterate, get around people that are going to lead you well, leading yourself well, because if you don't have nobody, then all you have is yourself. And if all you're doing is talking crap about yourself, you don't know how to get to the next level, and you're leading yourself, you are leading yourself into destruction. and into poverty, I want all of us, I want those that are following me or being led by me to grow and develop into greatness, into success. That is my year. 2023, we are looking for growth. We are looking for development in ourself, in our health, in our wealth, in our business. We're trying to grow in that path, that there's nothing that we can do but move forward. There's nothing that we can do but grow healthy, grow well. And so I guess, guys, this is the end of my vlog here. I'm about to be at the school. If this is something that you enjoy, if you want a lot of more content like this around Turo, around mindset, things of that nature, this is kind of what I do. This is the best way that I can put it out there. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Look for the next vlog, day in the life of the Turo host, man.